So this month we're going to show you how to effectively plan out your content for social media. So I'm sure it's overwhelming. I know it is for me when I think about I got to create 15 to 20 posts for following month's content. Um, so one of the things that we utilize and a lot of agency utilize is what we call a content theme calendar. So here's what it looks like. It's really just a spreadsheet. So we use Google Docs to create this or Google Sheets to create this, and each month has its own tab. And what we do is, like, right now is June, so we're actually working on planning content for July. Is First I'll go through and we have all the dates listed, and so we try to do 2 to 3 posts a week. So what I'll do first is I go through and I look at the holidays. Like, we got Independence Day, we got International Joke Day, we got National Fried Chicken Day, Mac and Cheese Day. So I kind of look and I think, like, World Emoji Day. I look at some of the silly content and I think, because we do work in social media, like for example, for National Avocado Day, I worked with a Mexican restaurant who we videoed them making all the guacamole that they make for all their restaurants. So it's this insane amount of guacamole. So that's like a fun post that we can repurpose and use for our content as well. So that's usually the first thing I'll do. And then the next thing I'll do is throughout the month, like, I take, tons of pictures. I'm out on site and stuff. And then we also produce 2 vlogs a month, things like that. And then I love to do 1 to 2 trainings a month that we can use in email marketing and upload to our YouTube and just to add value to the community. So then we'll start thinking about that. And as the ideas come to me, I'll usually pop in here throughout the month and just start adding things. So like when I got to July, I didn't have to plan out the content because I already was starting to place stuff in as it came out. So like, for example, when I pull statistics for the clients, I will grab the content that performed the best that month or that I think is most interesting, and I'll go ahead and plop it on the calendar where we have room to share about, like, the results of that content. So anyway, so what I'll do is, like, we have this area here called client input, and all these can be, like, customized for what works best for you. Like, if you're doing a lot of reels and stuff, you could have, like, here could be the client input. You could put copy here, and you could change this to be like audio trends or whatever. So I go ahead and I map out the entire month. Like, I want to talk about the Goldman Sachs program that I just finished up. I'm going to make a video on how to use a theme calendar, like right now. We're going to do content highlights. We're going to welcome a new client, Oak and Iron, and we're going to go over professional dashboard and so on throughout the month. And we have, content pillars, content buckets that we pull from also to help map this out, which makes it easier. So, like, if you're working with a social media agency, I'm sure they've mapped out content pillars for you. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel every single month. Like, for example, if you're a restaurant, you can follow this simple guidelines. It's like, highlight your staff, highlight a dish, highlight a cocktail, do a user-generated content, and that's 4 posts a week, and you can just repeat after, and so then that way you have the framework for the content that you need to go find or that you need to create. So that I find that really helpful, because otherwise it's like, it's hard to, come up with ideas every month. So give yourself a framework, and then that will help you point you in the correct direction. So the next thing I do is I'm going to go through and see, like, what do I need to create here? So, like, for example, I need to create this reel. I need to create this video. I'll need to gather photos for Oak and Iron, maybe like a logo. We already got this. I'll need to download this video. And I go ahead, and the content highlights, I always link to Instagram so it's easy access. So I can download that. I need to make a video. So then I'll go to our workflow thing for you, if that may be your notes or it may be, whatever program you use to manage your workflow. And I'll start listing out, like, here's all the assets I need to gather. And whenever I say assets, that's the videos, imagery, and stuff. So that's my next thing. And then I'll say, like, here, like, I need to make a cover photo for, like, this YouTube video and also for IG, because I'm going to also use this on IG, even though it's going to be long format. You got to get the most bang for your buck. We're not Coca-Cola here. So anyways, I'm also going to use it for email marketing too. So I'll want that for the emails too. So the next thing I would do is, so I'm going to link off to any of the content I already have. Like we have a blog post, I linked off to that so I can get that posted on the website and get it repurposed for social, all those things. The next thing I'm going to do, before I go into production of content, is I'm going to also look for if I'm using reels that require audio. Finding the audio is the biggest, it takes forever. So because you want it to be right and sound right and all those things. So before you start creating this content, go ahead and find the audios that you want to create the content for. And what you can do is actually link it. And you can use TikTok. You just go to TikTok and start, listening, watching videos and stuff like that. And you can find like, okay, summer. And then maybe I'm going to say, let's see. Let's just say that this was one of the songs that I like. Then I might copy this. And then I would come over here and be like, okay, I'm probably going to use it on this one, which I'm not going to, and then I would just have it here. So then that way, when I get ready, I can easily access the sound, and you can use different softwares to download the sound to your desktop. Or if you're going to create directly on YouTube directly on TikTok or Instagram, you can just grab the sounds when you're in there. But it's good to know, like, save them in your Instagram or whatever, so that you're not like making all this video and all this effort and then you gotta go search for the sound. It like takes the wind out of your sails. So definitely do that. And then, and then the last thing I do is I'm like, okay, where am I going to repurpose this content? So I'm going to repurpose it email blast, if I'm going to do it in stories or whatever, and I'll just put a little X there, or like any notes that I want to make for myself. So this is really like my planning document. And a lot of times where the client input is, once I create the content, then I go and start creating the actual copy. I'll actually place the copy inside of the theme calendar because we've actually moved to where we're scheduling directly on Sprout Social instead of we used to use a Google Doc that took forever and it was kind of complicated, and Sprout Social makes it really easy. So I've even been writing the content on here. So then we have this great resource to look back on, as we plan marketing, because let's be honest, like it's kind of the same. So like next year at 2024, you can make a copy of this and, go through like what were really good campaigns that work. What did we like? Do we want to build on that? And so that you can have your 2024 started out, your content started planning with like minor tweaks based on trends and sounds and what's popular, for social. But it can, there's nothing harder than the blank page. Once you have a little something to build on, it makes it much easier. So you can download, we have a template for this. So you can download that on our website. So if you're watching this on Instagram, link in bio. If you're watching it on Facebook, you can just follow the link in the caption. And if you're on YouTube, we'll link to the website to where you can download it on the description there. So anyways, let us know what you think of this video, and if you have any questions, we're happy to connect. Thank you. Bye.